How does this happen? How does a guy like Jay Glazer come out and say you're not playing with Oakland anymore? Where does this come from?
It's news to me. I can't. This is the thing, and I just talked about this with Colin. Um, in the past, I've talked about my situation, and I want this. I want this coach, and I want this, and I want these players to be with me. But I realized like there's only so much that I can handle and take care of. And in my position, I'm trying to be the best in the world at what I do, and that's be the best leader, best defensive end in the National Football League. And my job is not to be the GM, it's not to be who hires the coach. And I've learned my lessons in the past. Trying to be too vocal, that's not my job. And nowadays, and especially the last year and a half, I've been very quiet. I didn't sit there and say, we need to hire this guy, we need to do this. I put trust into the people that make those decisions, because ultimately that's what they got to do. That's why they're paid to do that job. So I've been quiet and focused on my rehab and being with my girls and doing what I need to do. And now I have people that want to speak for me and be my PR reps, and I haven't told them one thing. So people can say whatever they want. It's unfortunate because then it gets back on me, and then I hear people, oh, what is he doing here? What is he doing that? This is what Max said. This is what he said. Da 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 da. And it's like a lot of back and forth. And ultimately, I can't control what I don't say. I know what I do every day. That's focus on my rehab. Be the first one in the building. I lead by my actions. You know what I mean? Actions are everything to me. So you can say whatever you want. People can say whatever they want. They're not with me. They're not a part of my inner circle. So it's irrelevant. So I gotta unfortunately deal with the repercussions of that, which is a bunch of craziness. But ultimately, I'm focused right now. I'm getting healthy and being the best version of myself. I've been spending a lot of time with my girls. I get in the building before 6 a.m. and I'm back home around 2, and I'm working, tirelessly to get back healthy. So that's literally all I'm focused on.
When you do that, isn't it amazing how you mentioned words? Let me ask you. So I've been involved in 12 stories on me nationally. Not one of them has been accurate, totally accurate. They just haven't been, whether good or bad. But so, all right, were you disappointed they shut you down at the end of the year? Was that a thing?
Yeah, everyone knows that. I was very clear about that. And
yeah.
I'll talk about that situation more in detail whenever that time comes, if I feel like it's necessary. But that's another one. People just hear what people just hear what is reported. And I haven't heard one person actually know the truth about what happened. So people could say, oh, he's being emotional, he's doing this, and they have no idea what really transpired. And I choose peace over violence.
What did transpire from your? That's a very good way to go.
I choose peace over violence.
From your standpoint, what did happen?
I know what happened, but I choose peace over violence. I don't need to. My point is I know where I'm coming from. I stand by where I'm coming from. And I don't need to sit here and over-explain what happened, because there's certain things that don't need to be talked about in public. And I don't, there's more to it. And for me,
no, I get
I'm all
it.
about,
100%
like I talked about, I'm all about action. You could say one thing, but when you show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. That's what it is. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll just say this. Yes, of course I was mad. You know what I mean? It was, yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's one of those deals where you read something. How many times have you read something and you go, where in the hell did they get that from?
Yeah, well, I mean, and this is the thing. I've talked about this before. And that's, the whole situation, people knew what happened. Obviously, when you leave the building, they said they tried to make it seem like I stormed out. That wasn't the case at all. I told every single person that I communicated, from GM to head coach to my D-line coach, like, listen, I need to go home. I don't want to be a distraction, and I don't really know what to say right now, and I don't want this to be a bigger thing than it is. And they all gave me 100% green light, totally understand. I drove home. By the time I got home, everyone's saying, oh my God, you cussed out this person, you stormed out the building, da 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 da. And I'm like, literally in 45 minutes, people already had the story. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from somebody, wherever that is, telling somebody else that, oh, Max did this or whatever, and they weren't really there. So that's just a part of it. I'm not going to sit here and cover every one of my tracks. That's not my job. I don't care. I know what really happened, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Hey, Max, Tom Brady in, Pete Carroll out, a lot of upheaval. My guy, I'm an Indiana guy, played and coached there 17 years. Mendoza possibly coming in. Where is the future? How do you see the future of what's going on with these changes and the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what it's going to look like till you get out on the practice field and you get out and you get in the meetings and you get a new coach again. It's a whole new culture that's got to be established, and you get if Mendoza is the number one pick, which I think everybody on the planet is expecting. Like I said, not my job. I'm just saying. It's what people are expecting. So it's not a headline. But yeah, Mendoza. I mean, you bring in a new rookie quarterback. There's got to be a culture established. You got to, you build around your quarterback and build up around your best players. And a young guy like that, I think everyone has a different approach about how they go about it. Some guys, sometimes they like to sit the young guy and let him develop behind an older guy. Sometimes they let him play right away. Like I said, that's not my decision. I don't know how that shakes out. And people have had success both ways. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year, came in, and was an MVP candidate right away. Jaden Daniels comes in as a rookie and wins Rookie of the Year. Same with C.J. Stroud. And so there's no perfect formula. You just got to leave that up to the decision makers, and they got to make that choice.
You mentioned your daughters. Do you like living in Vegas?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love living in Vegas. I just built my dream house. I moved in right before the season started. Vegas is home, no matter what. I built my dream house here, and I'm gonna be here for as long as at least the next 15, 20 years in that house.
Yeah, it's your place. It's where kids are. Hey, I know you're here because of Saks underwear, the premium men's underwear brand, baby. You're all about the Saks.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Saks underwear. Been partners with them for a long time now. Incredible underwear. It's something I wear every single day. We got 2 limited editions out right now. Everyone knows I'm a big pit bull guy. Got 3 pit bulls myself, so I made some customs with all my dogs on it, and I also got another pair with my logo on it with the awesome design. So big shout out to Saks. If you need some underwear, go get some Saks underwear right now.
Hey, I do. You've been involved. You told me last year. I know we only have a minute or so, but you told me last year you were really involved and proud of being an Eastern Michigan guy. Did you watch Mendoza? Did you watch my school, the football school that is Indiana University? Did you watch them go through what they did?
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the most impressive runs I've ever seen in college football. Not losing a game. Kirk Cignetti, a guy that came from James Madison, turning Indiana around that quickly and confidently doing it, literally telling you exactly how it was going to happen is just crazy. Mendoza, a guy that was a transfer and didn't have that high of expectations, and comes in and wins a Heisman and wins a Natty in the same year. You got to give those guys credit, man. They went out and did their thing. So kudos to Indiana. I know the Hoosier fans are going crazy.
Yeah, we're out of our mind. We can't believe it. Last thing. How does anybody in an NFL locker room care that a guy comes in as the first pick and a Heisman Trophy winner, or is it truly a meritocracy? College basketball is a meritocracy, period. But this is money. This is prestige. Does anything matter when Mendoza steps into that locker room other than him proving himself?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter where you get drafted. You come in with that locker room, you got grown men in there. You got to earn your respect. So that's ultimately what it comes down to. I tell all the rookies, all the young guys that I've been around, say less and do more. You got to be humble. You got to come in and earn your respect on the field. Nobody cares about what you've done in the past. They don't care if you're the Heisman winner or if you're undrafted. If you come in and help the team win, those are the guys that are going to be on the field. So say less, do more.
You know how this is going to get picked up. Maxx Crosby tells Dakich Mendoza hasn't done anything. That's how it's going to get picked up. You know that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's it, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I always appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And hope everything's good with your with health and you're back doing your thing, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Good to see you again.